Hey, how you doing? All right, this is a little clip with Deedee being interviewed by Don West, and it's the part where I believe Trayvon's dad, Tracy Martin, realizes this case is done because he starts crying, and it's kind of sad, but I believe the highlight of the trial with her. So let's take a little look and.
Trayvon Martin um, was saying to you he had lost the guy.
Yes.
And that after that, there was a time when he said he sees him
Again.
again.
Yes.
And at that point, you told him to run, and he said no.
Because he said no because he was right by his father's house. In my mind, like a couple houses away.
All right, that's real important because she just gave us some very important information. She just told us that Trayvon told her that he was right by his father's house, just a couple houses away. And when we look on the map, we can see that that's about 100 yards away from the T. So that is how we know that Trayvon turned around and went back. It's just very important to the case. I know they're going to make this important point throughout the week, and I just wanted to bring that up. This is the thing that makes all the difference in the world. She's telling us Trayvon made it home or within 2 houses.
So what he did instead, though...
Walk faster.
Right. But what he did instead was that he turned to George Zimmerman and said, "Why are you following me?"
No.
That's the first thing you heard, wasn't it?
I had closed the door. I had a Bluetooth on. I ain't hear nothing. I had a Bluetooth on. And he would have told me that he was going to turn around. He did not tell me he was going to turn around.
He did tell her that he was going to turn around. We know that. That's absolutely a fact. She can deny it if she wants. But for him to be 2 houses from the house he was living to be ending up at the T where he meets up with George is a football field away. So he had to have turned around. So you notice that she got a little nervous about it and said she put her head down. She was talking about she had gone inside, so she might have missed that part. It's kind of like a way to come across as if you missed it.
None of that. Or he'll just end the phone call with me and say, "I'll call you back." If he was going to do that.
After he told you that he saw the man again.
He had saw the man again.
The next thing that you heard him say was, "Why are you following me?"
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered.
Next thing I heard, I had closed the door. And I had to say, "Trayvon, yeah, why you following me?" Yes, you can run it. You right. You can go. You can go.
I'm sorry, it takes me a little bit of time sometimes to come up with the next question.
You can go.
Okay. So at that point...
So that I would say that was the highlight where she, wouldn't you? I'm sorry. It's nothing against her. It was just the way that he was, stationary like a statue. And she was telling him, "You can go." You can go. I guess she thought that he was waiting for her approval to start.
Point then is when you heard what you believe Trayvon Martin to have said, "Why are you following me?"
Yes.
And this is where you see Tracy starting to break down. He realizes it's over here, and he's really, he really goes downhill at this point.
At that point, George Zimmerman said, "What are you talking about?"
What you doing around?
This is where there was a little difference in her statements. One time she said one thing, and another time she said another. And I don't really care either way. But the point was, she said Trayvon spoke first, and all of the witnesses that heard the voices said the person who spoke first was the aggressive, more angry voice. Alrighty, let me scroll this back a little bit.
What are you talking about?
What you doing around here?
When
What are you doing around here?
when you talked with Mr. Crump, do you remember talking with Mr. Crump on the phone?
Yeah? No, not really.
You don't really remember that?
No, because that day I was not really wanting to talk to him that much because I don't know him. I did not know him around that time. And I was so shaken up and with everything. That day I really just rushed on everything. The interview, everything was going on.
So now she's trying to squirm out of whatever she said in the Crump interview by saying it was rushed. And I'm sure you guys have heard all about that.
The only thing I thought was about to go on that day was just the letter. The letter.
Maybe what we should do then is sort of fill in some of the gaps. And
All right, and then it goes into the letter, and I'll talk about that later. I just wanted to bring up these little points, and of course my favorite part where she's telling Don West to get going. So good talking to you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.